In the words of Madam VP herself, to all the supporters who think that the next 4 years are going to be different, let's be clear. This is her presidency. So if we're wondering what the next 4 years is going to look like under Kamala Harris, this is it. We know that Joe has not been Joe in about 8 years or so. This is it. More of the same. This is her economy. That's her borders. These are her horrible policies. Those are her wars. This is it. This is it. This is what her presidency will look like. We are in it. This 4 years of uncertainty, 4 years of just what the hell is this? This is it. More of the same. Only this time they won't have Joe to blame it on, right? In the words of Madam.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for pulling up. Hopefully, you click the like button. That's the only price of admission for my live streams. Is simply hit the like button and to watch this bad boy. And if you're feeling extra generous, please do me a favor and click the share button below the video and copy the link and share it on Facebook, LinkedIn, Reddit, X, and make sure you tag me in it so I can show you some love. First of all, I want to say to all of my LFR family, I apologize for not going live for the last few days. We have had a loss in the family. My father-in-law passed away from cancer, and we were with him the entire step of the way. We were with him at the hospital and everything, praying and make sure that he was okay. And it looked like things were going in the right direction, but things took a turn for the worse. And now me and my family are going through it. So I'm not saying that for any type of empathy or sympathy or anything like that. I'm just saying that's the only reason why I have not been going live. But I have been paying attention to all of everything that has been going on with Kamala throwing a pride party, a pride situation at her house, not knowing that the person that she was throwing it with just so happened to be accused by 6 other people for, I'm not going to say rape, but it was sexual accusations. All right. And we actually have one guy on the channel, well, that I'm going to be showing you in a minute, talking about the exact thing. So again, thank you so much for pulling up and hitting the like button. Hopefully you're not feeling sad for me and my family. We all go through things. We all have our lot. We just need to continue to give God the praise, glory, and honor for blessing us with the time that he blessed us with, blessing us with the family that he blessed us with the friends, with the associates, with the co-workers, everyone that have our best interests at heart. We just need to continue to give God all praise because of his grace and his mercy is sufficient. It's enough. It's far more than enough. But as soon as we start to get a little arrogant and believe that we are owed our time and we are owed health and we are owed wealth, that's when we lose. We need to understand that tomorrow can be our last day. The next hour could be our last hour. The next minute could be our last minute. So we need to make sure we love on our loved ones. We love on those who have showed us that they appreciate our presence, because I'm all about going where you're appreciated and not where you're tolerated. So we are here today to talk about Kamala Harris. As you just now saw, this young lady was on fire, just breaking down what this country will look like if Kamala Harris becomes the president. We already know that it's all about the vibe. It's all about the feel. It's all about her going places and talking and laughing and joking and not answering questions and trying to buy time, hoping that would get her into the presidency. But this is where I am. I voted blue no matter who my entire life. I am finally at a place where I am looking at all of the facts. I am crossing my T's, I'm dotting my I's, and I'm paying attention. And I'm hoping you all are as well. And right now, I'm on the Trump train. Just going to keep it a buck. Please hit the like button for me. Let's go on and jump into it. I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for praying for me. Thank you for all the kind words. I appreciate you. Thank you to all my blues, my moderators. Y'all are awesome, absolutely amazing. Thank you for standing there with me. Y'all are dope. Let's get into it, man. And I'm gonna try not to get all emotional because this one was close and near and dear to me. Losing my father-in-law. He has done far more, like 10 times more for me than my own father has. He has done work in our home. He has redone our bathrooms. He has helped me. He showed me how to use certain tools. The brother was just a good man. And now my mother-in-law, shout out to Miss Peaches, who have a part of my heart. She is absolutely amazing. My wife's mom, she is so dope, and she is by herself now. And she is dealing with early onset dementia. So, this thing hit our family very hard. So I had to take a couple of days off. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into it. This right here, Kamala Harris held a pride party at her house. And the person that she held it with is on my live stream. Apparently, this person is name is what's this person name? Shangela is her name. Is his name because it's a man that's turning into a woman. It is a trans woman, and this person that's about to talk actually was sexually abused by this person and was one of 6 people. But Kamala did not care about that. Kamala did not look into it. She did not even consider it. But she always want to point a finger at Donald Trump. And we already know that every single charge that's against Trump right now, which you will see, please hang on, guys. Megyn Kelly is about to speak on these charges. And she's about to show you all how these charges are made up, how these charges are just put against him to stop him from winning the presidency. And we need to share this video, not only this video, but go to the source. You ain't got to share my video. I don't care if you share my video. I just want to get it out there to the people who are about to vote, because our vote is extremely important. And we need to know what we're voting for. Don't just vote for a vibe. Don't just vote because she's black and she's a woman. That's not a reason to vote. Just so you can be on the right side of history. That's not a reason to vote. You can kiss my ass with all of that. I apologize, guys. I am a man of God. I should not have said that. Let's dive into this, y'all. Let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments below. This dude right here has been sexually assaulted by the gentleman, trans woman that is Kamala's friend that she threw a party for at her own home. At her own home. All right. Think about that. Who do you vote? Who do you throw parties for at your house? It has to be somebody that's near and dear to you, that means something to you. Right? Right? I don't throw any parties for anybody at my home unless they mean something to me. Kamala threw a party for this person and everybody that was connected to them. Listen to this here, and y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know. We're going to talk. Megyn Kelly is coming up next.
Hi there. I wanted to do a little story time and get something off my chest. Last weekend, I was out in West Hollywood with some friends at a restaurant, and I saw the person who sexually assaulted me getting sat on the back patio. So I took a moment, took a beat, gathered myself, and went up to his table and let him know, hey, I know what you did, and you know what you did, and I believe all those boys' stories, referring to the Rolling Stone article about them. He looked me in the eye and he said, I'm sorry you feel that way. So a little backstory. In 2017, I was a PA on the set of Hurricane Bianca 2. I'd gone out with the cast and crew a handful of times, very excited to be around these popular drag queens and on set, in New York City. It wasn't until we had finished wrapping and I went out with this one queen one-on-one that I had this isolated experience where I came to in a hotel room with them and another person having sex with me. I don't remember getting there. I don't remember where it was. I don't remember if this person was an escort, hiring them. And that night I was made to feel like, oh, you wanted this, but you wanted this. I also remember that night telling them, well, that felt a lot like work. Basically, if you're going to treat me like a whore, pay me like a whore. This happened. I compartmentalized, swept it under the rug, you know.
For everybody who are showing up right now, this person if you look on the thumbnail, Kamala Harris is hugging and smiling with what looks like a lady. That is a trans woman. That trans woman's name is Shangela. Shangela has been accused by 6 people for sexual assault. This person is one person who is coming to the forefront and speaking to everyone. He was actually at the party and went up to this person and said, "You know what you did to me, and you will pay for this." And the person that's Kamala's friend said, pretty much, "I'm sorry you feel that way, but you will get over it. I'm too powerful. As you can see, I got friends who will soon potentially be the president. And what you're talking about, no one will believe you." That's pretty much what this person said to this man right here. Okay, let's continue. I just wanted to let you know who's speaking right now, just so you have a clue. And thank you so much for the super chat, Nick P, man. Thank you so much, big dog. I really appreciate it, man. You are absolutely dope. Thank you, man. All right, let's get into it, guys.
And it wasn't until the Rolling Stone article came out and I saw that there's so many other instances of sexual assault from this person. And so many people's stories were so similar to mine. And then, you know, I can't avoid them on social media. Even if I block this person, they're going to show up on a For You feed, or, you know, they were just at a ceremony for a bar in West Hollywood being marked as a safe space, hugging up on the owner. And so, to the person who said, "I'm sorry you feel that way. DJ, I'm sorry you feel the way that you do. I'm sorry that you were comfortable going into our career spaces and that every place you go into, you kind of threaten the safety of the space. I'm sorry that your name is going to be synonymous for the deeds, and all the projects you've had the opportunity of being on are going to be tarnished. I'm sorry that you are not on a path of atonement and that whatever's happening with you is just festering. And I'm really sorry to all of the victims, to everyone whose body you violated. I'm sorry if they're not believed. I'm sorry if their trauma is being overshadowed by your popularity. So, I'm sorry."
I'm hoping that this video gets out to as many women, as many people in the LGBTQAI plus community as possible, because Kamala Harris claims to be taking up for individuals who need support. She specifically says she's for women. She specifically says she's for the LGBTQAI plus community. That's what she claims. That's the whole reason why she threw that event at her house, is because that's called a super pander. I want to make sure whatever it takes, I would even have the event at my house. I will provide all of the food, all of the drinks, all of the music, everything. I will make sure that we clean up before you come, and I will make sure we clean up after you leave, as long as you make sure your people vote for me. That's Kamala Harris right there, the one that was introduced to us by, what's his name, Montel Williams? Yeah, he was like, "That's Kamala Harris. That's my lady right there." And then Big Willie, Sweet Willie, huh? We ain't gonna talk about Sweet Willie, who was married at the time, that just so happened to make Kamala's acquaintance. Now, I'm not trying to judge Kamala, because we all have done things. We all have fallen short of the glory of God. But here's the thing we need to do. We need to atone, and we need to make sure that we are truthful with who we are and where we are at the time and what we stand for. And based off of what I've noticed, every single time Kamala opens her mouth, it seems like it's a straight up and down lie. Now, here's my Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly was on a panel, and on this panel, she was going back and forth with a couple of gentlemen Nah, this isn't the guy. This is the guy talking about how Trump is not racist. Megyn Kelly was on a panel with a few other people, and she was going back and forth with them. And this guy was talking about all of the things that Donald Trump was charged for. Megyn Kelly put her foot in his back pockets. I'm talking about all 10 toes, because clearly she has some law in her past. This lady knows what she's talking about. I need y'all to share this part more than anything with your friends, with your relatives, with your co-workers, just to let them know that every single thing that Trump was charged for was trumped up charges, no pun intended. So y'all make sure y'all do that, man, because this, when I saw it, this blew my mind. I'm gonna play it uninterrupted. It's 3 minutes. I'm gonna play it uninterrupted, and y'all let me know what y'all want me to know in the comments, man. Love y'all, and don't forget to hit that like button, guys.
I think Trump on appeal will win. There are so many holes in that case, so I don't think Trump will ever do one single day in jail.
So Megyn, if we look at the 5 cases, 6 months from now or a year from now, let's assume all 5 of them go to trial. He's guilty of 3 so far.
Wait, what do you mean he's guilty of 3 so far?
Well, he's been convicted of 3. Sorry.
What do you mean? No, he hasn't.
I love this. No, Eugene Carroll was guilty.
That was not a conviction. That was a civil case.
Okay, well, yes, so that's what I'm talking about. So that
okay, but there's a big difference.
It's still, he was convicted. He was guilty of that. He got a settlement.
And I want to stop it just to say, Megyn Kelly is a fox, man. And I'm not a big fan of white women as far as seeing who's sexy and all of that. I'm just keeping a buck. I'm from an area where if you don't like anything chocolate, you're wrong. You know what I mean? If you don't like anything black, you're wrong. So I get it, guys. I get it. My eyes are open now. But Megyn Kelly, she's something. She is something. But watch how she tears him up, because most people on the left believe that Trump is a criminal. Trump is a felon. He can't vote because he's a felon, not realizing that the left did all of this to him so that he couldn't be able to vote. This was a tactic of theirs. This was a strategy of theirs, not because he was guilty. And if you've seen Eugene Carroll, how in the hell she get all of that money? How in the hell she win that case? She didn't have any, I don't get that. Thank you so much for the super chat, big dog. I appreciate it. Christy, thank you. It says, thanks, Van from Australia. I got fans in Australia, man. Y'all better stop playing with me. Keep up the excellent job. I will try. All right, let's go. I'm not going to interrupt this anymore. Let's go, Megyn Kelly. She's about to give it to
was guilty of that. We got a settlement. In the Trump organization, they're guilty there.
That, again, was still civil, libel.
Yes, of course. But these are the cases we're talking about. And in the third one,
she's a lawyer, right?
Yeah, of course. And in the third one, I'm just talking about the 5 cases. Yes, some are civil, obviously, and some are not. Some are criminal. But if we look at all 5 cases,
3 convictions. Now you're walking it back.
I'm not walking it back. There's 3 in which he was.
You should walk it back.
I'm so glad Megyn is here.
Of the 5, 3 of them he's either guilty or
you got a bad result.
Yeah, got a bad result. There are 2 more. If he is found guilty of those 2 more, Megyn, and 5 of 5, he had a bad result. Way to frame it. Will you chalk all 5 up in your mind to 5 different jurisdictions, 5 different prosecutors, 5 different juries and or judges, all conspiring to get him?
100%.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all I wanted to hear your answer to. 5 of 5 different jurisdictions. Yeah. You think it's all lawfare?
Eugene Carroll, they changed the law so that she could bring a civil lawsuit against him, and she did. New York went 87% for Joe Biden. That fix was in right from the start. The fraud trial that Letitia James brought against him has never been brought. There's no victims. The banks who were involved said, we didn't lose a penny. What are we doing here? We weren't damaged. Nobody was complaining except Tish James, who ran for office saying, I will get him. Then you have Alvin Bragg, who's a George Soros funded prosecutor who doesn't like to prosecute any crime in New York City, where I lived for 17 years, except if your name is Donald Trump. Let's go down to Georgia, where Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade couldn't keep their libidos in check long enough to actually bring this case against Donald Trump. It's a repeat of what was happening in January 6th up in the case with Judge Chutkan, who loathes Trump and has sentenced almost every J6 defendant to way more jail time than their counterparts would get. Those are falling apart because of presidential immunity, which was handed down by the Supreme Court, who said you cannot bring a criminal case against a sitting president for any official act. Those cases have been gutted. Also, a Supreme Court ruling saying the same on January 6 defendants in general. And that leaves us with Florida and the documents. And Trump has torn that apart because Jack Smith wasn't properly appointed and isn't the right counsel. But there are other issues. They haven't even gotten to presidential immunity there.
Facts.
And so that one's going nowhere as well. And by the way, they're going to appeal it up to the 11th Circuit. She just threw it out. The 11th Circuit is conservative, and thank God so is the current Supreme Court. They're not going to tolerate that nonsense.
Let me ask you about.
Megyn Kelly cooked you, bruh. She cooked you with onions, green peppers, red peppers, potatoes, broth, chicken broth, and everything else you cook with, garlic, little cloves of garlic, everything. She cooked you. Not only did she cook that man, but she cooked everyone on the left who keep on acting like Trump is this convict walking around and he's not capable of running the country. Let me tell you something. There was not one thing that Kamala said out of her mouth. There was not one thing that Joe Biden has done while he was president. And we still don't know who's running the country right now. Speaking of, who's running the damn country right now? Because last I saw, it was Jill Biden at the head of the table talking. It was Joe Biden doing a 2-minute intro and then throwing it to Jill while he took a nap. You got a kid. You got a kid. He even called her a kid. Come on, Joe. Who the hell is our president right now? That's what I'm talking about. Now, Kamala is next up. Every single bit of accolades that she puts out there does not come from her 3.5 years as VP. It comes from her being a daggone attorney. It comes from her going to a HBCU. It comes from her living as a what you call it, as a wife and mom, well, not mom, well, stepmom in the middle class and working at McDonald's. Who in the hell, what is she running for? Class president or the United States of America president? What is she running for, bro? Is she running for a popularity contest? Because that's what it seems like people are voting for. I'm black, everybody vote for me. Well, guess what? Janet Jackson said you're not black. Oh, my bad. Did I say that? We're gonna go ahead and edit that part out. Okay. All right. I had to tell my editor, we're gonna edit that part out. Okay, we're gonna edit that part out. Because Janet Jackson don't even believe she's black. And guess what? Trump has been in the Jackson family for a long daggone time. The Jackson family has always respected him. Did you know that? Here's the thing. Donald Trump ain't trying to be known for anything. This brother just was in business. They continue to say he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He was born with $4 million in his pocket. He was already thrown into. Let me tell you something. Just because you're born with wealth, it doesn't mean that people who have big names and are known for great things are just going to take you in as family, take you in as a friend. Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson's big brother, the main Jackson, was good friends with Donald J. Trump. Let me show you this right here. So a lot of people ain't going to show you this, but I'm going to show you this right here. This is Donald Trump walking and talking and spending time with Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson's brother. Now, this was before he even thought about running for office. This was before he even had a conversation with the fat Oprah Winfrey when he told her about the country and the things that he would do. And she suggested that maybe you should you should consider running for president. He wasn't even thinking about it. So just because you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you still have to do some things in order to make your own name great. And that's what he did. And now he's positioned himself. He became president before. And if you look at the numbers, everyone's saying that his presidency was extremely successful. Extremely successful. Now, if you're on the left, you're saying it was only successful because of Obama. He took in because some of the numbers were looking great for him because of some things that Obama did. Whether that's true or not, there was no wars during Donald J. Trump's presidency. The border was more in control under Donald Trump than it was under Obama, and definitely than it was under Biden. It's like they opened it up because we need new voters. That's what they said. We need new voters. And if you're not going to come in the border, guess what we're going to do? We're going to fly you out. We're going to make sure that wherever you are, we're going to fly you into the United States. And when you show up, we're going to treat you like royalty. And guess what? If you commit a crime, we're not going to charge you for it. Not nearly the way that we charge these Americans who already pay taxes, who are already citizens, who are already contributing to this country. We're not going to charge you, the illegal immigrants, the same way we would Americans. This is the administration that we're up against. So make sure you consider that when you go to the polls. That's all I wanted to present to you guys today. Again, guys, I apologize that I'm not all up bubbly like I usually am, but we're actually going through something with someone in my family that mean the world to me. And I apologize for that. Please continue to send prayers to my family. And per usual, I will continue to thank God and pray for anyone who have me and my family's best interests at heart, which is you all. Y'all keep on fighting a good fight. I'll see y'all on the next live stream, and the next live stream will be fun. But make sure y'all share this bad boy because we're in a serious time right now. And we need one another. And we need to continue to fight. And we need to make sure that other people know what's real, because what's being shared right now is a whole bunch of propaganda. And Kamala really don't stand for anything. And one thing else that pisses me off before I go is the fact that she continued to schedule these softball interviews, softball situations with Oprah and other people who don't test her. Do they not understand how serious this job is to be the president of the United States of America? This ain't no popularity contest. She has to sit in front of other world leaders and negotiate. World War III could potentially happen if she does not do this thing properly. We need to make sure the right people are in place for this. Maybe I'm just overreacting. But I'm paying attention now. My eyes are wide open. And for anybody on the left that think that my eyes are shut and I'm a part of a cult, kiss my black ass. Love you.